Hey guys, Alex here with this Cob House. I hope you all are staying cool enough in this summer heat. I'm trying to do the same here. It's a little challenging with no AC. I've got good breezeways in the house here, but there's just no breeze outside. So it's an interesting summer challenge. I might buy one of those swamp coolers until I get full-time electricity up here. I've got generators up here, solar powered ones, but I only put the fans on when I'm really in here working or sleeping or something. So yeah, I've been really busy. I'm back to making videos now. I'm going to try to get consistent with that again. I just had sinus surgery about 2 weeks ago now, which was a huge success and really made a whole world of difference for me in a positive way. I can breathe again through my nose, and I don't have all the sinus infections and things. So I'm good to go again. Got a whole new lease on life. That's what it feels like. So I'm still recovering a little bit. It took a lot out of me, drained me, but I'm starting to feel back to 100%, and going to be getting back into the video creation with a lot of new topics. So to start today, I do have a couple questions I'm going to answer, and these come through emails a lot of the time. I answer these a lot in workshop classes and things like that. So the first question I'm going to cover here today is building a cob house in a cold climate. So can you do a cob house in a cold climate? And the gist, the answer is yes, you can. There's different advantages and disadvantages. Cob is not usually the best building material for a really cold climate. Here, for example, in Tennessee, I wouldn't consider this a very cold climate. We get down to the 20s, 20 degree Fahrenheit temperatures in the winter time. Every once in a while it might drop to the teens, but that's really rare. So this, I wouldn't consider a very cold climate. So here Cob does really well. Let's just say you're in Canada or somewhere you get a lot of snow, a lot of cold. That's the kind of place you might want to reconsider and go with a high insulation material like straw clay, straw bale, or hempcrete. The way I like to describe a cob home in a cold climate, just imagine if you had a stone house, like an old traditional house built with stone. Like the walls are 100% just stone. That's what it would be like living in a cob house in the wintertime. Stone's a high thermal mass material, just like cob, so it doesn't hold the heat inside well compared to high insulation materials. But you know, again, this is not to say you can't live in a stone house in a cold climate. People have done that all over the place for a long time. And it works. You just have to keep a heat source going. It's not as efficient, energy efficiency wise, but you can do it. So I hope that answers that question. Let's go to the next one. This one is asking about Cob House costs and creating affordable housing with Cob. So you can build a Cob house to whatever price range or budget you want. You basically just get what you pay for, and that goes with anything really. I've heard of Cob homes being built for $500, a couple $1,000, you know, really low priced structures. These are usually things built completely with locally sourced materials from the land, completely recycled, refurbished, scavenged materials. So anything is possible. You can build really cheap. If you're going to build that cheap, You're also going to be limited. You're not really going to be looking to getting a building permit for that style of structure. So if you're looking to build like an actual permitted Cob home, you're not going to be building in that low of a price range. It's just not really realistic. The general cost that I like to tell people realistically is a Cob home is going to cost at least per square foot the same as a conventional new home these days. And if you're hiring someone to do it for you, it's going to cost more because of that labor cost. Just material wise, and if you do the building yourself, you can build it for about the same price as a newly constructed home. But you're not getting a standard new modern home. You're getting an actual high quality Cob home that's going to last for several generations at least. So you're getting a lot more value for the money you're spending. And as far as the affordable housing thing, a lot of people contact me with interests of starting some sort of affordable housing with Cob as a material, and I just don't know if that's realistic. I've tried to think it through, and you know, Cob is not really cheaper. The wall material is cheaper and can sometimes be free, but that's only one component of a building, so you have to take that into consideration. I don't know. It's maybe a little black pill, but I think there's just no such thing as affordable housing anymore, not in the United States. If you want affordable housing, you're going to have to build smaller. That's sort of the economic situation we're in these days. If you want affordable housing, you're going to have to build smaller. All right, the next question is to stabilize Cob or to not stabilize. And stabilized Cob is when you add either Portland cement or lime binder to the Cob. Basically makes it more water resistant, which has some benefits in certain situations. And I've done a lot of videos talking about stabilized Cob. I did a lot of tests the past, I think over the past 5 years or so, and I documented those in videos on my YouTube channel here. I've come to the conclusion since then that I don't think stabilized Cob is a good way to go for a house or a structure because it reduces the vapor permeability of the Cob and potentially could lead to some other issues. It also just adds cost and extra labor to creating the Cob, which is never good because Cob already takes a long time to make anyway. I think the time when you really want to use stabilized Cob is when it's something you're building outdoors that's really susceptible to the elements and perhaps doesn't even have a roof structure over it. This is the kind of thing you would probably want to stabilize Cob for because it's going to take a lot of weathering damage perhaps. Alright, yeah, I think that's all the questions I have on this one. If you do have more questions for me regarding Cob, natural building of any sort of topic, leave them in the comment section below or email me, alex@thiscobhouse.com, and I'll kind of compile those questions and make videos based off them. It's easier to make videos answering questions sometimes than trying to email everybody. Also, I've announced my fall workshops for this year, 2024. There's a link down below in the description for that. Again, you can go to my website, thiscobhouse.com, go to the workshops tab. I've got a class now in September and October here at my place, and we're doing the same curriculum we did back in April. So these two classes are going to be rammed earth, Cob, and straw. So basically covering the whole kind of spectrum of thermal mass materials and high insulation materials in regards to natural, non-toxic building materials and methods. So I've already got a couple people signed up for those. It's a really nice time of year here in September and October, especially October, the end of the month. It gets really pretty out here. All the leaves change color and the temperature is just really nice. So I hope to meet more of you guys there or here this fall, and leave your questions, and thanks for watching.